Kaya nga ang tanong, is that in the interest of justice pag in-apply mo yan?
Pero
Number two, teka muna,
sige, go ahead.
Eh,
Okay, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. At heto, update lang tayo sa mga kaunting mga nangyayari ngayong hapon na ito. No? Una, ipapakita natin itong video ni Vice President Inday Sara Duterte sa araw, ito yung mensahe niya sa araw ng hukbong dagat ng Pilipinas. Okay, mamaya i-play natin yan. Ito, pangalawa nating pag-uusapan ay ito ngang si Senator Bato de la Rosa at si Senator Robin Padilla. Binigyan na naman nila ng issue ito ngayon eh. Teka muna. Binigyan na naman nilang issue kasi may inilabas na silang CCTV ni Robin at ni Senator Bato na magkasunod raw itong lumabas sila. Yung pautot nila dito sa CCTV na ito para bigyan nila ng mali siya na may mali si Robin at si Senator Bato. Pero wala namang warrant si Bato. So, he is free para lumabas sa Senado. Okay, mamaya ipapakita natin yung CCTV footage na yan. Okay? At heto, nagsalita na nga si Attorney Topacio, umalma sa umano'y paggamit sa Senado bilang kanlungan. So, tingnan lang natin kasi pag-uusapan dito ni Attorney Topacio ang magiging mangyari sa impeachment trial laban dito kay Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Okay? Mamaya, panoorin natin yan. At last but not the least, itong si Attorney Salvador Panelo, no? In-interview siya ni Carmina sa ANC at sinagot niya ang mga issues, no? Panelo sa prosecution has burden to prove impeachment case laban dito kay VP Sara amid sa presumption of innocence. Okay, ipapaliwanag yan ni Attorney Sal Panelo kung bakit hindi po uubra itong impeachment trial na ito. Iyak na naman sila dito. Pero bago ang lahat, bago natin ito simulan, paki-like na lang muna, paki-share sa mga nanonood dito sa Donmar TV para kakalat ito sa taong bayan. At sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe, ay subscribe na po kayo para updated kayo lagi. Okay? Ito po. Ito muna yung unahin natin. Mensahe ni VP Sara sa araw ng hukbong dagat ng Pilipinas. Ito po, panoorin natin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Madayaw ug maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Isang maalab na pagbati sa araw ng hukbong dagat ng Pilipinas. Binabati ko ang ating Philippine Navy sa inyong ilang dekadang serbisyo at katapatan. Higit sa lahat, kinikilala ko ang inyong paninindigan para sa soberanya at integridad ng ating teritoryong pandagat. Sa gitna ng mga
Actually buti pa itong si VP Sara. May words of inspiration sa ating mga Philippine Navy. Hindi kagaya ng bangag na presidente. Wala lang siya. Wala lang siya.
hamon sa ating karagatan, kayo ang nagsisilbing unang linya ng depensa. Hindi biro ang inyong tungkulin. Ang protektahan ang ating teritoryo ay pagtitiyak sa kinabukasan ng susunod na henerasyon ng mga Pilipino. Your role is vital in building a nation that is free, stable, and peaceful. I urge you to continue serving with integrity and courage. Manatili kayong tapat sa inyong sinumpaang tungkulin at sa ating saligang batas, anuman ang pagsubok na inyong kaharapin sa gitna ng laot. Stand firm in protecting what is rightfully ours. Maraming salamat sa inyong sakripisyo. Saludo kami sa inyo. Mabuhay ang hukbong dagat ng Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas para sa Diyos sa bayan at sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Syukran.
Ayan maganda itong mensahe ni VP Sara sa ating mga Philippine Navy. Okay? Saludo po tayo sa inyo, no? Sa inyong katapangan, sa inyong dedikasyon, no? ang taong bayan po ay hangang-hanga po sa inyo at natutuwa po kami sa inyong mga sakripisyo. Okay? Palakpakan ulit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ayan. Okay. Punta naman tayo dito sa issue ng CCTV footage nila kay Senator Bato de la Rosa at Senator Padilla, kung saan magkasunod itong lumabas. Ang unang lumabas si Robin Padilla, sunod na lumabas si Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ako, sa tingin ko, wala namang mali sa kanilang ginagawa kasi wala namang warrant of arrest si Bato. He is free to go. He is free to go outside, 'di ba? Ito yung video na ipinakalat nila ngayon.
Go.
Ayan, si Robin yan. Yung lumalabas, Robin. Yung naka-cap si Bato yan, yung naka-jacket ng black siya yan. Ayan.
Ayan si Bato.
Si Bato yung lumabas.
Sasakay.
Ano ba? Ano?
Laba. Ayan. Ayan si Robin yan. Ayan.
Ayan sasakay siya sa puting sasakyan.
Ayan si Angel.
Ayan, lumabas sila. So, actually, sa totoo lang, wala akong nakitang mali doon. At yun ang video ng CCTV footage na ipinakalat nila ngayon. Okay? So, what is your point of releasing that video? Lumabas sila. 2:30 in the morning, lumabas sila. Anong issue doon? Hindi ba? Anong issue doon? Walang issue. Lumabas kasi wala siyang warrant of arrest. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay? So, kaming mga DDS ay tuwang-tuwa kami na nakalabas si Senator Bato. Okay? Kasi kami po bilang supporter ni Bato ay kami po ay ayaw po namin na huhulihin nila si Bato na wala namang katuturan ang kanilang pag-aresto. Talagang wala. It's all their political gain. Itong mga kalaban sa politika ni Bato. Political gain. Di ko nga maintindihan bakit nirelease pa nila yung video na yun. Di ba? Buti kung si Robin Padilla, pinatakas niya si Bato, ganon, ganyan. May video na merong anomalya. Wala. It's normal. Lumabas. Wala. Walang effect. Wala siyang effect. Tapos, pakinggan naman natin itong si Attorney Topacio patungkol po dito sa issue ng impeachment ni BP Sara. Ito, panoorin natin kasi magaling itong abogado si Attorney Topacio at magre-react tayo dito.
May ang galing, ang linaw. Ito, may dadagdag daw si Atty. Topacio.
Yung nagsasabing bakit daw ginagawang refuge yung lehislatura ay ang pinakamalaking ipokrito sa balat ng lupa. Aside from Trillanes na nagtago roon, noong 2006 kung magugunitan nyo, si Teddy Casino, may warrant of arrest. Doon nagtago sa loob ng House of Representatives. 2006, Google nyo kung hindi ako tama. So para sabihin nilang hindi dapat gawin. Ito.
Yan ang ibig sabihin. Itong mga kalaban ni Bato, mga hipokrito eh. Ang hilig nilang gumawa ng issue kay Bato, edi sila pa rin, na back to you rin sila dito kay Topacio.
For nearly 3 weeks, 5 members of Congress have taken sanctuary in their office building. They attend official meetings by day, at night they sleep in the
Makikita nyo yan. Pwede nyo i-google yan. Makita nyo doon si Casino, no? Hinuli ng mga pulis. Nandun yan sa Google.
same room. Yan ang nakalagay dito. Lisa Masa, si Teddy Casino, yan. Virador. Sabi pa, doon daw sila naglalaban ng kanilang mga karsunsilyo at mga underwear. Ito, nandito! Hindi ako nagbibiro. Ayan, sabi niya, Representative Lisa Masa, the only woman in the group, gets the couch. Late at night, they pad through the corridors wearing their sleeping attire. They wash their clothes in a bathroom sink and hang them at night outside their offices. Ginawa pang sampayan yung corridor ng house. Bago sasabihin nila bakit nagtatago. At least si Bato hindi nagsampa ng brief niya dun sa corridor ng Senado. Sila Bago sama-sama pa sila. Si Lisa Masa, si Teddy Casino, si Virador. Nakakatakot kasama yun. Si Lisa Masa, bagong apelyido ng kasama mo. Virador. May ton.
So you mean to say, attorney, hawak nila ang brief? Ay, sorry. Any more? Anyone? Baka gusto nyong sagutin din yung tinanong ko. Tama bang gawing lugar ng protective custody ang Senado? Tapos na kasi masyadong umiinit. Talaga to si Attorney Topacio. May mga pahabol mo. Mapapahamak ang ating programa. Pero kami naman ay ready all the time. May limitasyon ba ang kapangyarihan ng Senado pagdating po sa pagprotekta sa sariling miyembro? Attorney Bondoc, please.
Siyempre. Meron pong limitasyon yan. Unang-una, it is an informal...
Grabe, Attorney Torion, Attorney Jimmy Bondoc, Attorney Topacio, puro mga magagaling na leader, mga magagaling na mga lawyers ito.
Rule, no? It's not a law, it is a tradition and based on certain human precepts, kumbaga, no? And of course, it is based on the interdependence but the independence of co-equal branches. Pero may limitasyon yan. Meron naman pong sigurong dadating na point na malinaw na, pinakita na yung veracity of the charges, dinaanan na po lahat ng proseso to effect the warrant. At kapag nagkaroon pa rin sila ng obstinate refusal to turn over someone, hindi na po custody yun. Harboring na po yun. No? That said, the key element here, my dear friends, is time. No? Time is of the essence. There has to be reasonable time given to any accused, no? Na alamin, suriin ang mga charges against him bago siya bastang sumuko, no? Kasi po nga, lalo na in the particularities of this case, foreign yung warrant. Ang daming kailangang basahin, alamin, applicable laws. Hindi pwedeng gawing ura-urada dahil nga ang lagi nating sinasabi, baka ma-Duterte. Baka po ma-Duterte and that is the evil we are seeking to avoid.
And if I may add, no, that question
Kasi kapal na po yung mukha ng administrasyon
would always arise because of the provision
Kung ano yung nangyari kay Duterte, wala silang pakialam kung gawin nila ulit ito kay Bato.
of the Constitution, Article 6, Section 11. Kasi nga, pag beyond 6 years yung penalty, supposedly, hindi na immune from arrest yung senators. But that provision can be applied insofar as local cases are concerned. Wala pa pong instance ngayon pa lang na yung foreign warrant of arrest ang basihanan at yung ICC. In the first place, we question the jurisdiction of the ICC just because there was already an appeals chamber decision affirming by a 2-1 vote. No? Meron ding nag-side sa amin doon. 2-1 vote na meron silang jurisdiction that will not bind the Supreme Court. Because the Supreme Court is supreme within the Philippine territory. It can decide and determine judicially by its own determination as to whether or not that section will likewise apply. Kasi nga, yung proviso na yun, klarong-klaro po na yung immunity would only refer to local cases, local warrants of arrest. It does not apply to foreign warrants of arrest. So the Senate, since it is questioning, at least the majority thereof, is questioning jurisdiction of the ICC or granting for the sake of argument that it has conceded, but which I think it has not, no? Since wala pong local warrant of arrest or at least affirmed or confirmed warrant of arrest dito, then it has the right to protect its members. Why? Because he is a senator, there is separation of powers. Kung ang executive department would insist in the implementation of a foreign warrant of arrest which is not validated by a Philippine court or which is not a Philippine-issued warrant of arrest, then the Senate, based on separation of powers, can assert likewise its majesty, its dignity, its authority as an independent branch of government in order to protect its members from arbitrary illegal arrest.
Malinaw yun
Thank you very much, Attorney Trayon. Pumunta naman po tayo sa usaping public trust at politika or politics. Sa totoo lang po, sa ating mga panuin, sa ating mga bumbisita, mga media bloggers, marami na pong Pilipino ang nawawalan ng tiwala sa institusyon. Nakakatulong po ba ang nangyaring ito o lalo lang nagpapalala ng distrust? Kasi
Wala na. Trust rating ni BBM, negative yan. Automatic yan.
ito na ang taong bayan. Gas-gas na ang salitang taong bayan. Gamit na gamit na. Ngayon naman po, bigyan niyo po sana ng kaliwanagan, ng paglalatag, kung ito ba'y tunay na nakakatulong or nagpapalala lang po ng pagkawala ng tiwala nating mga Pilipino. Sir.
Ang sa akin, nagpapalala po ito sa kawalan ng tiwala kasi minimislead natin yung tao na okay lang na pag may foreign warrant of arrest, pwede ka na dakpin at isakay doon sa eroplano at dalhin sa Netherlands without passing through local courts.
Kasi ginawa nga nila yan kay former President Duterte. How much more yung ibang tao? Kagaya ni Bato, di ba?
Mali po yan. Kasi po, meron tayong kasarinlan. We are an independent country. And as such, we should assert our sovereignty. Our courts are functioning, no? Based even on the Rome Statute, no? Principle of complementarity. Ang ginagawa kanina, at nawo-worsen pa ito sa ating mga kaibigan din na mga experts, no? Mga experts na nagsasabi na pwede siyang dakpin. Tanungin nyo, meron ba tayong procedural mechanism as to how to implement surrender? Wala nga eh. Basahin nyo yung minutes of the session of the Senate, February 2009, March 2009. Doon klaro po na yung intensyon ng Senado, hindi po self-executing yung surrender. It needs a separate law that would operationalize it. The surrender aspect is not self-executing. Kung gusto nila, kaya nga sabi namin, i-apply na lang natin by analogy yung extradition, ayaw din. Kaya nga po, dahil dito, nagkawatak-watak yung mamamayang Pilipino. Naguguluhan.
Correct.
Kasi akala nila, meron pang ginagalang ko talaga masyado na because of universal jurisdiction daw, pwede na siyang arestuhin kaagad. Yung konsepto po ng universal jurisdiction requires a law that would operationalize it here. Kailangan din yan ng batas bago yan ma-operationalize din dito. Kaya nga tayo nagpasa ng Republic Act 9851 para ma-operationalize yung konsepto na yan. Pero yung batas natin, yung insofar as surrender is concerned, wala pang rules of procedure, wala pang implementing mechanism as to how will we implement the same, as to how will we concretize the same. Kaya nga, dahil dito, ang iba nami-mislead. Akala nila tama lang na pwede nang tratahin na parang manok yung ating mga mamamayan in the person of Senator Bato de la Rosa and PRRD and arrest them right away simply because there is a foreign warrant of arrest. Hindi po tama yun.
Yes, attorney, go.
Susugan ko lang yung sinabi ni Attorney Torion, he emphasized about procedural mechanisms. Ibalik ho natin yung panahon na tinangay si dating Pangulo. Nag-conduct o kinidnap, sabihin na kinidnap. Nag-conduct ng Senate inquiry si Senator Amy Marcos dito sa pangyayaring ito. At one point, tinanong si Senator, Torre, si Chief PNP Torre, saan ka kumuha ng utos para gawin mo yung pagkuha? Sabi niya, mula kay Chief PNP, kay Marbil. Tinanong ni Senator Amy si Senator Marbil, saan ka kumuha ng authority mo? Sabi niya, sa PCTC. Ano yung PCTC? Philippine Center for Transnational Crimes. Doon sa mga bloggers namin na nandito last week, yun yung in-emphasize din ni Attorney Manny Luna. Na kapag may mga ganyang mga ugnayan na may red notice na sinasabi or involve ang Interpol, PCTC dapat yung primary na ahensya. Ngayon, nung tinanong ni Senator Amy, yung representante ng PCTC, meron ba kayong utos? Sabi, wala. Hindi ba ang gulo? Ngayon, dito kay Senator Bato, sinabi ng DILG, walang actionable document, wala pa kasing request sa Interpol, kaya hindi pa ang gulo. Yun yung sinasabi na ine-emphasize ni Attorney Torion. Kailangan malinaw kasi paano naman yung rights, yung karapatan ng taong gusto mong dalhin sa ibang bansa. Natatanggalan mo ng kanyang karapatan na maging malaya. Kung hindi malinaw, in fact, nung dyan sa Pangilinan versus Cayetano, tinanong ni Justice Leonen, yung abogado na petitioner, na-establish doon, wala nga sa batas natin ang salitang ICC. Wala sa batas natin ang salitang pre-trial chamber. Wala sa batas natin ang mga katagang confirmation of charges kasi nga umalis na tayo doon sa Rome Statute. So ano ngayon ang batas ang gagamitin natin para masabi natin na kinikilala natin yung mga katagang yan? Correct me if I'm wrong, mga Panyero, do we even have a legal definition of surrender insofar as bringing a person to another tribunal is concerned?
Wala po tayong surrender mechanism. Sinabi na rin yan dun sa journals ng RA 9851.
Ito itong mga lawyers na ito, grabe ang mga kaalaman nila patungkol sa batas natin at sa pangbatas internasyonal. Alam nila lahat, pero itong administrasyon na ito hindi sinusunod.
What I have here actually is a chart, I can furnish you a copy ng lahat ng surrender mechanism sa lahat po ng naaaral namin na mga ibang bansa with regard to ICC and other foreign tribunals. Papadala ko to sa inyo, partner, this is independent research. Sa Pilipinas lang po na sinasabi na no RTC warrant is required. Tayo lang ang nagsasabi niyan, and not tayo but the current administration, Sa United Kingdom, competent court shall issue a delivery, etc. Competent court. Okay. Canada. Okay. Nakalagay, the minister may, etc., to the attorney general, etc., to the court. Ayan na naman, court. So that the judge shall inform the person that they will not, etc. Judge. South Korea. Nakalagay din po. Hindi ko na isa-isa yan, South Korea, Argentina, Paraguay, South Africa. So far, ubusin na po natin lahat ng bansa. Ang lahat ng surrender mechanisms nila, if any, ay dumadaan po sa judge. Tayo,
Correct.
ni wala pang surrender mechanism. In short, we must resort to the courts first.
So halatang halata talaga sa press con na yon, ipinamukha nilang lahat na bangag talaga ang administrasyon Marcos. Hindi na sumusunod sa tamang batas, sa tamang proseso kung paano magkipag-coordinate ang mga international na mga korte. Okay? Okay, punta naman tayo dito kay Attorney Panelo, no? Para sa tungkol po sa impeachment kay VP Sara. Ito po.
Well, joining us on the program, former Presidential Chief Legal Counsel Attorney Salvador Panelo. Attorney Panelo, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us today. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Carmina.
All right, so the articles of impeachment transmitted. The Senate has convened as an impeachment court. What is the game plan? What is the strength of the defense as they face this impeachment trial against the Vice President?
Well, number one, I'm not a member of the defense team, but number one, the presumption of innocence applies to the Vice President. So it is the prosecution that must prove its case against the Vice President.
Meaning, sina Dilima, sina Ridon, yung mga maletagang, sila yung magko-convince sila sa Senado na yung mga aligasyon, akusasyon nila ay may ebidensya sila.
Okay, and your second point?
Second point is, insofar as the defense is concerned, from the very beginning, they say that there is no evidence whatsoever to support the charges of the articles of impeachment.
Wala naman talaga.
And I agree with them.
How can you say that you agree with them and you support that argument when we just heard a soundbite from Congressman Terry Redon that part of
Naniniwala ka naman kay Ridon.
their game plan is to present not only the BIR box that was not opened during the House Committee on Justice proceedings,
Sa tingin mo yung box na i-open, sa tingin mo uubra yun? Wala naman tinatago si VP Sara eh.
but also the BIR records of couple Manscarpio and Sara Duterte. Go ahead.
But it doesn't prove anything. In the first place,
Correct.
that should have not been opened because that violates the bank secrecy law.
Correct.
That is precisely why there is a pending petition before the Supreme Court questioning the action of the Committee on Justice on
Kung papaboran yan ng Supreme Court, hindi talaga mabubuksan yung box na yan.
requiring these agencies to submit documents relative to the income of the Vice President as well as the husband.
Halata naman na paninira yun kay VP Sara, itong Committee on Justice.
But what about the testimony given by Madriaga, Remiel Madriaga, saying
Naniwala ka kay Madriaga, Carmina?
that some of these bank accounts were opened using his name and that he signed in one of the hearings a waiver? Wouldn't this be an opening to look into this bank accounts considering that he signed that waiver? Go ahead.
But it's very easy to claim that, but you cannot even, how can you prove that?
Correct.
Because all one has to do is to put his name at a bank account and then that person will claim that it's there.
No, but that it was opened for him and then he had signed it. Wouldn't there be
But
any
that's very
paper
easy
trail
to claim
regarding that?
But that's very easy to say that.
Correct.
Anybody can do that, and if there is a conspiracy or there is a plan to do that, that is part of it.
You claim, Attorney Panelo, that you support that the prosecution, you support the belief that the prosecution does not have evidence. We talked about the BIR records, the SAL-N. That's what the Congresswoman Luiso is saying as well, that why should you even look at, other records where but the SAL-N is there and that's enough. And yet you claim that there's no evidence. How do you argue with that? Go
But
ahead.
Carmina, what does the SALN show or prove? Does it
Correct.
prove that she has acquired ill-gotten wealth?
Oh.
The fact alone that
Yung SALN, may nakita ba doon na kinurap na pera ng gobyerno? Yun ang ito, SALN ni VP Sara. Ang tanong, may ninakaw ba na pera ng gobyerno? Yun lang yun.
she has declared those assets, it means that there is justification for such.
And you're confident that the defense will be able to do
Of
this
course.
and to counter it.
Definitely. Definitely. But again, there is a legal question of whether or not they can do that, the Committee on Justice. So I'm still waiting for the resolution of the court to rule on that.
Well,
Because
how
it-
can you say that there is a
but-
question regarding that? Salin is a public document, Sal.
You must remember that there is a petition before the Supreme Court questioning
Correct.
the move of the Committee on Justice, and the defense is saying that this
So,
is
hindi-
unconstitutional. They cannot just do
Actually,
that.
hindi pa yan sure na pwede yung gagamitin nila sa impeachment trial. Kasi may petition sa Supreme Court eh.
So they're questioning the very acts of the Committee on Justice. And if the Supreme Court rule on that, saying it contravenes the Constitution, then you have no articles of impeachment to try.
Correct.
Then wouldn't you now go back to what happened in the 19th Congress? But precisely, the House Justice Committee has been very, very restrained and very, very, I would say, even conservative in the way they handled the proceedings, precisely because of the decision of the Supreme Court. This was a due process that the daughter of your former principal asked for during the 19th Congress, and that's exactly what she was given. Attorney Panelo.
Well, the fact is there is a petition questioning their acts. Maybe they have overdone things in their desire to comply with the due process clause of the Constitution.
So we talked about SALN, we talked about, the BRR records, the BRR box, and the bank records. But what about the video, Attorney Panelo?
But what?
What about the video? The video, the video of the Vice President going ballistic one night, threatening the lives of
Yung video na yun ang nagpapatunay na dapat imbestigahan rin yung threat ni BP Sara. May threat siya. Okay? Na may magtangkang gurgurin si BP Sara. So bakit sila, very selective sila. Ang kinakampihan lang nila, yung Presidente Martin Romualdez at si Liza Marcos. Yun lang ang kinakampihan nila. Kampihan rin nila o protektahan rin nila si BP Sara na may threat rin si BP Sara, nanganganib rin ang buhay ni BP Sara. Yun ang point ni BP Sara doon sa video.
Chief Executive, the First Lady, the former Speaker of the House. That speaks for itself, according to some experts, and that just might be the article that would do her in. Your thoughts?
I disagree because
How so?
you should have taken that in context.
Correct.
That narrative of the Vice President was in response to a question of a blogger. The blogger was telling her that there is threat against your life and your life is endangered. You might be killed by your enemies. And the response of the Vice President, don't worry, if they do that, then I have something in my sleeve. He said, I talked already with an assassin to kill them. In other words, he was saying that if they indeed kill me, then I'm asking you people to exact revenge. I'm calling for justice.
Correct.
That should be the context.
Oh, yun ang context.
But with what you just said, Sal, wasn't there an admission by the Vice President that she had indeed contracted the services of an assassin if something happens to her? But there was already that fact that she had contracted an assassin. So how would the defense now defend that before the Senate impeachment court?
Well, number one, that's just a response. Number two, it could be hyperbolic. Number three, you have to prove that. It should have been stated under oath to make it admissible in evidence against her.
Kasi ano lang yun eh. Nasabi lang niya yun in the video eh.
You mean to tell me she should have what? She should have stated that under oath?
Any admission.
Hindi mo, ang ibig sabihin ni Panelo, hindi yun valid yung sinabi ni BP Sara kasi hindi siya under oath. Ang bobo naman ang Carmina.
That one has contracted an assassin should be reduced into writing
Halata rin itong si Carmina na bias.
and under oath. Moreover, Carmina, the government is saying that she hired an assassin. Who is this assassin? No identity has been made.
And that's going to be one of the ways that the defense would sort of erode this argument of
I do not know.
Hindi natin alam. Diskarte na nila yun. Yung kay Panelo, opinion niya yun.
I don't know how they will do it, but if I do not know how they will do it, but if I were the lawyer, that would be my defense.
Okay, let's move on over to Senator Bato de la Rosa. I want to get your thoughts. I want to get your thoughts with what is happening right now. Your friend evading arrest, or at least evading accountability, if you want to be diplomatic about it. He's nowhere to be found. He showed up, placed his vote, and then left. How is this? Well, first of all, your thoughts on it. Do you think it is right for a sitting senator to just disappear and hide for the second time?
Well,
Go ahead.
well, number one, the government should have not effected or attempted to effect the arrest
Correct.
because the matter of
Hindi naman tatago si Bato kung hindi naman nagpapunta ng NBI doon. Di ba? Common sense?
serving a warrant that is questionable, and to my mind it's invalid, is precisely the subject of a petition in the court. And the government should have not committed an executive action to serve the same. That started the hulu-baloo in the Senate. If they deferred to the Supreme Court, then that would have not happened.
But what about if your friend had just, if he was the statesman that he projects himself to be, and just submitted himself to the process, that also wouldn't have started the mess
Well, that's
that we
very
have
easy
right
to say,
now.
Carmina. That's very easy to say for everyone to say that. You just surrender yourself and go through the process. The point is, what they did to the former president, to our minds, is or was unlawful, unconstitutional. That's precisely why there is pending petitions before the Supreme Court. So what would you expect him to do? You want him to be just dragged to The Hague and suffer when he believes sincerely, and even us, that warrant of arrest cannot be enforced because, one, there is no jurisdiction, as eloquently stated by the president himself,
Correct.
that ICC has no jurisdiction over us. We will not participate in any form or shape to cooperate with the ICC, but they did the opposite.
Correct.
Because according to the Supreme Court, there are still residual obligations of the country to the ICC, even if your president chose to just disengage and not be a member of the International Court, Attorney Panelo.
But even if there is residual obligation, you must conform to the processes, to the procedures under that residual obligations. They did not.
Correct.
Like, for instance, under the same Rome Statute, under Article 59, it has to pass through the court. Now, they keep on invoking 9851, that the country, or rather the government, can surrender a person being investigated by the International Tribunal. But I don't know if you have read the provision. You don't have to be a lawyer to understand exactly what it is saying. If you will notice, the very first words state, in the interest of justice. And then it says that if there is an investigation being conducted by the tribunal, a foreign tribunal, the government, look at the word may, directory, may surrender. In other words, it is not mandatory for them to do that.
Oh no,
In
I
other
was
words-
able to talk to
Wait a
the
minute,
author of
let me-
R851, Senator Gordon himself, and I asked him precisely your point, Attorney Panelo, because there is this argument if it's may or must. But I talked to the author himself, and he said may is permissible. It's not a question.
Teka muna.
Pasok daw si Bato.
Teka
Go
muna.
ahead.
Let me finish. when it says may, you have the discretion to do it. In other words, there is a condition, as I said, in the interest of justice. My question to you is it in the interest of justice for you to surrender a Filipino citizen committing a crime against a Filipino citizen committed in this country to a foreign tribunal? Is that in the interest of justice?
But
I don't think it is.
there weren't any cases
Wala, wala.
filed. You had
Let me finish.
RA 9851 during your time, yet you chose not to file any case invoking RA 9851. Fact of the matter is, there was a case lodged now before the ICC, and there was an investigation, and there was a process, and now you have this, Attorney Panelo. This is the
Teka muna,
result of that. Go ahead.
Sandali. The issue is whether you can apply 9851 to the case of Bato and Duterte. If you will apply that, you have to follow the provisions strictly. Kaya nga sinasabi, in the interest of justice. Kaya nga ang tanong, is that in the interest of justice pag in-apply mo yan?
Pero
Number two. Teka muna,
sige,
tatapusin mo muna ako.
sige, go ahead.
Tapos, dun sa hulihan, nakalagay doon, if you will do that, in accordance with extradition laws and other laws applicable. Yung extradition law natin, nakalagay doon, kailangan dumaka pa rin sa hukuman.
Pero-
Madaling sabi, if you will, teka muna, if you will apply that, you have to consider the conditions imposed on the first line and the last line.
Correct.
Hindi na lang nga ginagawa.
All right.
Di na
But
tamimi ka.
when you say, is it
Tamimik ka.
in the interest of justice? Let me ask you, Attorney Panelo, justice for whom? Are you looking at justice only for the former president and for Senator Bato de la Rosa? Or should it be justice for the thousands who were killed under
Ay,
the
naniwala ka na may thousands of kills? Patunyayan nyo muna yan.
administration which you served?
For both the victims as well as the alleged offenders. Pag sinabi mo interest of justice, sa pangkalahatan yan.
Correct.
Isa pa. Ito, mas mahalaga. Kalimutan mo na yung in the interest of justice.
Oh, yun yung binibida mo kanina
Tingnan mo na. Hindi ang ibig sabihin, assuming na it's in the interest of justice, kaya mo, you will apply 9851. But do not forget that if you apply the surrender, you must refer back to the Bill of Rights, the most basic, which says that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty. Liberty tayo. Liberty without due process of law. If you just surrender without passing through the due process clause of the Constitution, you violate the Constitution.
Correct.
Yan ang nakakalimutan ng lahat. You cannot just surrender.
Correct.
Unang-una, sinasabi na nga, how can you even do that? Ni walang rules and regulations how to surrender. Walang nakalagay, walang mechanism, in other words. And the most serious crime would be to deprive someone's liberty. Kaya precisely, nilagay nga sa ligang batas, na you cannot just do that. You have to pass through the due process clause of the Constitution before you can deprive somebody of his or her liberty.
Correct.
The Supreme Court, as I understand it, will be deciding on this, on the SQA.
Di na tamimi ka, Carmina. Ha? Okay, so yun po ang ganda po ng debate ni Carmina at ni Panelo. And ako, syempre, kay Panelo tayo panig kasi malinaw yun, yung paliwanag ni Panelo na talagang that's based on the mga batas natin at konstitusyon natin sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, ayan guys, mag-comment, mag-react po kayo, no? Para makuha naman natin ang opinion ninyo patungkol po dito. Okay? At babasahin natin yan sa comment section. Paki-like na lang, paki-share para kakalat ito sa taong bayan. Tapos kung yung hindi pa nakasubscribe, subscribe na po kayo. Okay? See you in my next video. Have a great day. Have a great night. God bless po sa ating lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas and God save the Philippines. Bye-bye.